Another factorizing video. How many are there? When does it end? Jeez. Okay, factorizing by grouping. Okay. Well, the thing is with this one, it's the four same steps every single time. The way that, the way that you would identify this is that there's going to be four terms in the sequence. Okay, there's going to be one, two, three, four. Ignore that. Never mind. Okay. So, four terms. You guys know what four terms are. Okay, take those four terms and group them according to the common factor. Usually, you take two terms, and you group them accordingly. Sometimes you got to change the order here and there. This will make more sense, going forward. So just bear with me. Okay. Then you pull out a common factor. Okay, you pull out a common factor on this pair, and you pull out a common factor on that pair. Okay. Then the brackets are almost always identical. Okay, what is he saying? Okay, wait. Hang on. This will make sense in a little bit. Okay. Say we have 4m minus 4n plus am minus an. Okay, you can clearly see that there's four terms. One, two, three, four. Okay, so that's step number one. That's usually the giveaway on step number one. Okay, well, can you see that this has an m and that has an m, but then this has a 4 and that also has a 4 and that has an A and that has an A. So sometimes you have to go by trial and error. So wait, before we start changing it around, let's leave it as is. Okay, let's pull out a 4 out of these two, and then we'll pull out an A out of those two. Okay, so if I pull out a 4 out of the first two, I'll be left with M minus N. Okay, plus that's this plus here. Okay, let's pull out an A on the next one. A into M minus N. Okay, that N there. Okay, well, remember, look. So, four terms, alright. Where is this? Four terms, group according to common factor. This was nice because they were already grouped according to the common factor. But sometimes you gotta take that side, and this side, and that's how you get your 2, 2. Okay, two terms. Okay, pull out a common factor. Pull out a common factor on this side. We had a 4 that we pulled out on that side, and a 4 put out on that side, and A's and A's. Okay, brackets are almost always identical. Look at this. Now this is the important parts. Look, we have two sets of brackets. Mn, m minus n, n minus n. Okay, once you see that, you know that that's your job's done. Okay, one more step of working out. Pull out that set of common brackets and put everything else into the rest of the brackets. Put the 4 and the plus a into the second set of brackets, and there's your answer. As easy as that. Okay. Not the best explanation on my part, but hopefully you understood that. Let's look at the next one. XA plus XB minus B minus A. Okay, well, I see an X that we can pull out on this side, so that's looking good. So maybe that's A plus B. Now, take a look at this. I have minus B minus A. Okay, what I can pull out is a negative 1. So negative open brackets B plus A. Remember this, the negative would change that symbol and that symbol to make them both positive, which is actually the same as saying A plus B. Remember, commutative law, it doesn't matter on the order. So that would essentially be minus A plus B. Alright? Remember, that's a 1. I pulled out a negative 1. Brackets are identical. Always aim for the brackets to be identical. If you get the brackets to be identical, you'll be safe. Okay? So, same story. Take the brackets and put everything else inside. X minus 1. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Okay. Another example. Well, we have four terms. I mean, you can already see that this is hinted towards grouping. Whenever you see four terms, it's going to be a grouping question. Okay, so we have 6m squared, 2, that. Okay, so my guess on this is to maybe pull out a... This will have to be trial and error. Okay, so maybe I'll get this wrong. Let's rewrite this as such. I could be horribly wrong. I could be horribly right. Well, let's see. So basically what I've done is I've brought that side and that side. As long as you keep the signs to the left constants, you're allowed to do that. That's just basic algebra. Let's factor a 3m out of these two guys. Let's factor a 3m out of these two guys. How did I know to do that? Well, I see a 2 here and I see a 1 here. If I take a 3 out of the 6, I'll get a 2. And if I take a 3 out of the 3, I'll get a 1. So, yeah, that's pretty much it. Experience, that's the word that I'm looking for. That is the word that I'm looking for. 2p. That's what that would be. And can I pull out anything on this end? Sorry, that wouldn't be 2p. What am I doing? Sorry, I'm making horrible mistakes. 2m minus p. Okay. If I pull out an n, okay, a negative n. If I pull out a negative n, so that means this sign would actually change. That would be 2m minus p. If I pull out a negative n, that sign changes to positive, and this sign changes to negative. Okay? So, yeah, that's looking very good. See how my brackets are matching up like that. Sometimes you'll try this and, maybe you'll be unlucky, and then you just got to try it again. There's a little bit of trial and error that is involved in this. But obviously, the more you do, the more experienced you'll become, and you'll be able to see it a lot easier. Remember, everything else in the other set of brackets and the common set of brackets goes to the left. That would be our answer. That would be our answer. Okay, grouping. Again, 4 terms, that's your giveaway. Group according to common factor. This is the step that usually involves the trial and error. Sometimes you'll get it right, sometimes you get it wrong. You just got to get a feel for it. Pull out the common factor. So take those 2 terms, pull out a common factor out of one of them, pull out a common factor of the second one, and try and match the brackets. The brackets need to always be identical. Okay? Once the brackets are identical, you're out. You're home free. Okay? The only thing that gets a little bit confusing is when you have to pull out negatives. When you pull out negatives, all the other signs change. Okay? So sometimes you have to just play around with the negatives. Okay. I hope I did a good job there.